So when you cause, one of the main problems that you did is, number one, is that you didn't put the American people first, okay? And you were you allowed other people that are communist socialistic to control you. And you don't think that we don't know this is a string of events that's been added up to take our country and to try to take the legacy of our country away? First, it was the conspiracy against Trump when he got in. And whether people don't like Republicans or him or not, he did put America first, okay? And the numbers showed, it showed in the people's lives. And he protected America in many ways, and it's all listed in my book because I was a participant of the strategy. So number one, let's list the events that were planned. First, the conspiracy against Trump because they were shocked that he won. Okay, number two, when he was in. Then they took the greatest freedom that America has ever in the history of time. One of the greatest crimes in America ever history, in our American history, to take away the freedom of our people is when they did fraudulence for the vote of the people. That vote was incorrect, and we have many facts. But the judges were afraid because what to do, because they never had a case to follow through on making this a crime. They were shocked. As you know, in law, you look at other cases in the past and how to follow the regulations and rules, but there's no other cases. That this is one of the greatest terrible atrocities in our America freedom to take away the people is the vote, when they cheated out us on the vote. And then they brought in a puppet in our country, okay? And they had it all planned to take over Afghanistan. And Afghanistan is owned by the Taliban, and they're one of the biggest countries that distribute war tools. And they have billions of dollars of our monies and our products, and they're going to sell them maybe to China, maybe to Russia, maybe to other people. And then we have, and that's on the perimeter next to China, correct? Then we have Iran. That we just need to make a handful of nuclear powder and of uranium, and then we'll have an atomic bomb. Because Iran and Iraq, they use nuclear power for their power, not so much electricity and gas. And they make the excuse that they need it for the electricity and gas. But maybe let's hope that they'll be righteous. Then, so let's return to the list of events that they plan to ruin our America. First, conspiracy against Trump because he got in. Two, the vote of the American people, one of the greatest atrocities in our freedom of American history. And three, the Afghanistan. Number four, then they got into the hurricane, okay? That's terrible. This is a terrible thing. And I feel so terrible. It's still taken so much for me to get over. This is not, there's more world powers in the geopolitical problem of today, and it's in my book written. America's not the only world power. He's way outdated, Biden. I won't even call him the president, and all his leaders that he's working with, those elitist communists. And Reagan would call them evil. And I could use that word because Reagan used that word. And he's one of our greatest presidents. He would call them evil. And in hurricane, they did not protect hurricanes. See, the thing is, it makes us more vulnerable. That's what our beautiful American people don't know, and the beautiful European. The stronger Russia becomes, even though they may not be so sophisticated, they have allies like China, and friends. Their friend is China, and it makes everything weak. The stronger that Russia becomes and China becomes, it makes all of us weak because there's more world powers. There's just not one that we're fighting against. The Kremlin, which it was Russia at the time when actually Reagan brought it to our platform to be very careful of the communistic ideas. And your sister here has been working on it for years, and I've had many violences because of this. And I'm telling you that hurricane has made the whole world weak. Okay. The whole world week of hurricane going in the Holocaust of the European people, but it's brought more open doors for Russia and China to use the European people. And without saying, is the CCP virus. That's another chain of events where it was made in the lab, okay? It was made in the lab, okay? And I said that way before they even said that on the news. And it's to weaken the people and kill the people and do a holocaust of the people. It weakens the organs, the vaccine, but the CCP virus was to kill off people. And this was a silent war in the China, and also communist elite that worked in hidden names worked together for the CCP virus. So, brothers and sisters, can you see the chain of events? So that's why we are strong. We're America. We're going to overcome this, and we see the light. Because the media even sees the light, is stating all the truths of really what's happening, because it's exposed now. And I'm so grateful that media sees this and is really expressing the truth. Because some of those media people were paid by their CEOs to speak a certain thing, but now there's no doubt about it. So we could today work together for encouragement. Because we're a country that always was for justice. We're always for justice. In World War II, we were the most powerful country in the world. We empowered the East and West. We didn't take over another country and use them as victims, as China does in Russia and other areas. We empower. And so because justice always overcomes all things, and we're a country, a Judeo-Christian country with the power of God's hand upon our country. And so this time when we vote, brothers and sisters, we need to vote freedom. I don't care whether you're Democrat or you're Republican. We need to protect our country. Because we are the people that are chosen by God, actually, in a God-given country of Judeo-Christian ethics that has been birthed by Judeo-Christian ethics. And that is to respect God, and that is to respect what God has given us, the dominion in justice, and to respect and love your neighbor. And we could do it together. We could do it together. We are in America, and we could come back together and vote freedom. And now that many people have seen, because the American people were tricked, they didn't know. They were working so hard night and day. They could barely lift their head off the pillow some days because they were working so hard. We need to vote freedom. Now, do you see those string of events that they planned to try to steal our America? One, the conspiracy against Trump when he was in, because they were shocked that he got in because he put America first, whether it was a Republican or Democrat. And that showed America was in an excellent position. Two, the cheating of the votes that they put in. That's one of the greatest atrocities ever in the liberty of our American people of justice. And three, the CCP virus made in the lab and trying to control every way of life. And four, Afghanistan. Five, Hurricane. Can't you see the chain of events, my brothers and sisters? Now I want to tell you, we are going to make it. We are strong, we are just, and these elites, these beautiful elites that want to keep America strong, that are not communists, mostly we have those billionaires, and those beautiful billionaires that keep our country strong, and the beautiful American hardworking blue-collar people, they want to keep our America strong. And there's more billionaire elites that give us jobs and help us and direct us than there is communistic. And they see the truth. They see the truth, and they know they actually forgive themselves that they voted in, a handful voted in Biden, because that was the wrong thing to do. And I apologize. It's my responsibility. I'm not pointing fingers. I've been working on this for years, and I have to tell you this. And so now we cannot vote Democrat, we cannot vote Republican. We have to vote America first. And we have to choose the president that puts America first. And I believe, and I know it's not what I believe, I see that people have opened their eyes. and we're going to work together. We're going to get our small and large businesses tax incentives. We're going to keep our military strong. We're going to bring jobs and education, and we're going to bring education so we can open up our small and large businesses, and we're going to take those pharmaceutical companies back from China. We have to be careful of the imports that we have for China, and we're not going to allow the synthetic development of beef and vegetables. We're gonna put restraints on that, and we could do that if we get a president that protects America. And we are going to we're going to work together. We're going to forgive each other. We're going to forgive. And we're not going to spit at each other because we don't know. Many people, I've walked by people and they spit at me. They don't know that I was their sister and rocking their babies and making sure they had a library and making sure they had food and housing. That we need to forgive each other, and we got to treat each other with respect. And we need to fund the police, because that's why there's an increase of shootings in 2020 is because they started to defund the police. And we need to number one, the most important and the first and the last is we need to protect our innocent children so we don't have high abortion or any abortion. No abortion. I don't believe in abortion, but it's just not me. It's what our Judeo-Christian ethics is based on, is thou shalt not kill, and that is the breath of God. And we're the third highest country in the world to have abortions. And can't you see that the Planned Parenthood gives a platform so the children can get abortions so easy? They use those fetus, those babies, to make tests for tests for scientific tests, and also for medicines to keep them young. But the pharmaceutical companies, the scientific companies, laboratories, they use those babies without any rules or regulations, because technology has gone up so fast, and the laws and regulations in different genres in different types of businesses hasn't been corrected. And we need to tell these beautiful young innocent children that's part of their culture that they do abortions for birth control. We cannot do that. That is killing a breath of life, and we need to give them a platform. We can't point fingers at them, okay? We need to empower them of love and tell them, here, this is really, at this level, we shouldn't kill a human being, okay? It's part of our country. We're not a pagan country. We're based on a Judeo-Christian ethic. And the Jews, actually, in 2016, they owned 60% of America. I don't know how much they own now. And that's one of the first things of our Constitution, even though many people think that the abortion should have been in our Constitution, but they never even thought of that. And I apologize. I apologize that it's not. Forgive those people, because they didn't know it was so long ago. And I am a constitutionalist. I'm not. I believe in our Constitution. And I'm telling you, let's get back to this. So, brothers and sisters, the babies they use, the fetus they use, the science uses it. They give an easy platform to have abortions because they use the babies for scientific platform. And they also want to control birth population, and they also want to control you. You're a victim of their ideology. And also, you need to, if you have sex out of marriage or sex out of commitment, you need to have birth control. There's many methods. And there's many areas that you could take your babies. There's many areas where you could take your babies and be trained and go to school at the same time when the baby is taken care of. So please, don't abort. Don't abort. That is a God-given gift from heaven on high, the greatest gift you'll ever have. And we do understand it. We do understand if the child is raped or there's other serious issues that come, or incest. You know, we do understand that's taken into consideration. But the baby, you know, when what's her name? Hillary, and I try to forget some of these people's names because it's so terrible. They were going to kill the baby at 7 months. You know, that's terrible. That is total paganism. So we cannot have that, and that's the most important thing. But you've heard my podcast, you've seen them, I've already sent the information out, And that is the first and last most important thing that we have to consider. Because when we do not respect the breath of God's greatest gift that he's given to us from heaven on high, we don't know the truth and anything else. We become living in darkness and not know the truth. So open your eyes. Let's forgive each other and empower each other so we could keep the babies. And if you don't believe in if you believe having casual sex or sex out of marriage, you need to have birth control. So we cannot have any abortions. And we need to empower these beautiful, innocent young girls and men. And the men also have to take responsibility. It's not just all up to the woman. But these beautiful young kids, they don't know any better. It's part of the culture, so we have to love them and encourage them and embrace them when what they need. They don't know any better because it's the way the culture has given them the platform to do it so easily. But I spoke to many, and I saw many of their eyes open. So let us work together in freedom, America. Let us work together in love. Let's work together in forgiveness. Because we know love could overcome all things. When we have justice, we have truth. When we have truth, we have life. And when we have life, we have living. And we have living, we have happiness. It's not what your country could do for you. It's what you could do for your country. And you know what that means? We can't have high taxes. We can't be taking all those high taxes and spending money that we don't need. Let us make our country self-sufficient. And work together in unity for justice and truth.